Hi guys, the composing vlog is back. So this week I had an experience which made me think that composing is a bit like bread making sometimes. So I'm going to talk about that today. Stay tuned. So welcome to my kitchen. I'm just working out this dough at the moment, and while I do that I'm going to tell you about this experience that I had this week. So it's a beautiful spring here in Ely and it's looking really gorgeous. It's crazy to think that it's a year ago now since I started this vlog, so I'm really grateful for all you guys for watching and engaging with what I'm saying, and yeah, this is season 2. So I've been working on this choir piece this week, and I don't know, maybe it's just because I've been baking bread recently, but it struck me that sometimes you just need time for your ideas to rise, like you need to leave dough to rise. And I often find that I have ideas for pieces quite a bit before I actually write them. I don't think I'm alone with this either. So if you think of Wagner, he had lots of ideas for pieces which he didn't end up writing until much later in life. So for example, Parsifal, which is his last opera, he had the idea in the 1840s and he did prose sketches in like the 1850s, 1860s, but he wrote the words in the 1870s and then he finished the music in 1882. Or my old teacher Wolfgang Riem, I really like this one, he once said that he couldn't write one of his operas yet because although he was receiving the signal for it, he didn't yet have the antennae. Okay, this dough is looking pretty good now. I'm going to put it in a warm place for an hour to let it rise, and then let's go through to the piano and I will show a little bit more what I'm talking about with this piece. Okay, let's go through to the piano and I will show you a little bit what I'm talking about with this piece. Get you all set up in here. Okay, so this particular piece of mine is fairly on the tonal side of things. Not all my pieces are, some of my pieces are much less so. In that piece, I wanted to try and explore kind of the boundary between a kind of a tonality and more kind of octatonicism, I suppose. So I talked about octatonicism in another video, I'll put the link up there if you didn't see it before. Octatonicism is a scale where you've got 8 notes in the scale. So you get these kind of chords like chords related by a minor third. In this piece, I have this idea of exploring that kind of sonority, but that chord, although it's in an octatonic context, it is a minor third away from that chord. In a tonal context, you would expect that chord to resolve to that, which could resolve around in circular fifths back to that original chord. So C sharp, it's a 6/4-2 chord in figured bass terms, resolving to. So I knew I wanted to explore that kind of relationship between a tonal world and an octatonic world, but I didn't know how I was actually going to navigate through those worlds. Okay, it's risen really nicely, time to get this bad boy in the oven. So sometimes you just need to let your ideas expand for a little while without messing around with them. Sometimes though, like bread baking, you've just got to turn the oven on really high and stick it in there and finish it. And I found this with the choir piece again this week. I was up one night and I couldn't go to sleep and I realised that all the ideas for the piece were coming together, and I knew then that I just needed to write it, and I wrote it very quickly. Not quite in 20 minutes like this loaf, but still pretty quickly. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do subscribe to the channel, because I do one of these composing vlogs every Sunday night. And also say hi in the comments, it's always really interesting to hear what you guys thought. And I will see you next week.